Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Yusef Scott coming to you once again today. I want to thank you for being here with me. I want to thank each and every one of my loyal viewers and subscribers for taking time out of your day to be here on my channel watching my video. I thank you. Those of you who have just happened on my YouTube channel or my video through a Google search or some sort of recommendation through YouTube, I just thank you for being here as well. Thank you for not clicking off my video, and I'm sure that by the end of this video you would have found that you were glad to have stayed on this video. I'm sure that many other videos that I have will also be quite invaluable to your Forex journey, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been training for or trading for years. You can find great content here. All right, so basically what I wanted to provide you guys with today, I have mentioned over the last week that I have a new opportunity, and the opportunity will be the Forex, the long-term trading membership. All right, now those of you know, plenty of people bought the long-term strategy, and plenty of people are emailing me because now they're realizing that, man, Yusef, he's about to drop the long-term trading membership. I need to get involved. I want you guys to know something. All right, I want you to know this, and maybe you'll get a glimpse of the type of person that I really am. For those of you who might not quite yet understand my drive, my motivation, my purpose, if my previous video didn't give you a doorway into who I am, hopefully this will. All right, I am very big on training, very big on training. I'm a no-nonsense type of guy. I like to train people to trade Forex. That's what I do. Okay, now for those of you, the many of you who have emailed me, may have texted me, you may have Facebook messaged me, whatever form of communication you've done, Instagram, whatever it is, I want you guys to know this. That long-term strategy, all right, is something that, let me just put it plainly to you. If you don't know Forex yet, if you're still struggling with Forex trading, if you're still new to Forex, don't buy that strategy. Do not buy it. Okay? Do yourself the favor. Learn how to trade Forex first. Don't rush into this thinking that because you have a long-term strategy, because I'm a long-term strategy, I'm a long-term trader, and you see my returns, you think that, oh, as long as I have the strategy, I'm going to make a profit. That's not necessarily true, and I'm going to explain to you why. All right, and understand this. Previous conditions in the market is not indicative on what the market is going to be like tomorrow. All right, now although the market is constantly doing the same thing over and over again, you don't know when it's going to repeat itself. All right, it is constantly repeating itself, but you just don't know when. One day the market might be volatile, the next day the market might be pretty much flatline. So you cannot expect for one day you to make $300-400 and then the next day you make $300-400. You take what you can. But there's a flip to that. There's a flip side to that. I want you guys to know that in order for you to excel at anything you do in life, anything, you need to learn the basics. You have to. You don't just walk into something and then expect that you're going to just get it like that. Not to say you can't. There are some people that are just privileged with that. Some people, I have people inside the group, they just pick up really fast. So, but that's not for everybody. It's not the case for everybody. And I don't want you to do yourself a disservice and ultimately do my movement a disservice or my name a disservice by purchasing the long-term strategy and not having a clear understanding of the basics of Forex or just Forex logic. Okay? Now, what I would advise you to do, everyone, if you do not know how to trade Forex, what you should be doing is at least, the very least, buying in or purchasing the membership, the So Darn Easy membership, $149. Not the long-term trading membership that I talked about in previous videos. I'm talking about the membership that I've had available all this time. You need to learn the basics first. Once you get the basics down, you guys do not understand. You haven't yet understood what I've been telling you. Everything else they were properly aligned. They will align. You'll be right in place where you need to be. Good to go. All right. Yes, I could say yes. Buy the strategy is $275. Yes, do this, do that. Yes, wait until the long-term strategy come out, then buy into it. No. That's not what I want for my students. That's not what I want. That's not a wise thing to do. If I were you, I would purchase the membership. Learn the basics. Brush up on your understanding, your core understanding. Brush up on that. Brush up on the basics. Once you get the basics down, then everything else will fall right in place, probably aligned. You're good. Now, if you just want to purchase the long-term strategy, or if you just want to purchase, you buy into the long-term membership, there's nothing that I can do about that. That's what you want to do, that's fine. But what I would advise someone to do with no understanding of Forex, I know if I were you, I would want to, if I was starting out in Forex, I would want to learn the basics first. Let's take it all the way back. Let's take it all the way back to grade school. And I use this analogy all the time. If you've been watching me over the years, and if you're part of the movement, you know my analogy on the basics. All right? We go to school. We go to grade school. They don't teach us Algebra 2. They don't teach us calculus, trigonometry in grade school. Now let's say in first grade, second grade, we learn the basics. You guys sort of get where you get where I'm going. Hopefully you understand where I'm going. We learn addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in grade school. If you were some of those who were a little advanced, you might have a little spill of algebra inside of your lessons in grade school. You know, then when you get into middle school, you might be a little farther, along than the average. But still, you still learn the basics first. Why is that? It's setting you up and preparing you for the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what? The bigger picture so you can be prepared for college, high school, and all the other lessons that you would have to learn in this dear life. Whatever course you might have to take in grade school, whatever it is, you know, college or high school. Like I mentioned before, your algebra 2, your algebra, your geometry, trigonometry, pre-calculus, calculus, whatever. That's what the basics taught you. So once you get farther along in your studies, all you need to know now is the order of operation. What do you do first? What do you need to do first to figure out this equation? So now you look at that like you look at Forex. You learn the basics so you can see the big picture. Much more clear now when you learn the basics. So when you learn the basics, the big picture, you can easily dissect. You can easily figure out what's going on. No more stumbling blocks. I can't say no more. But you can say that you'll be able to see the picture much more clear. I can say that. So I want you guys to understand that there's a method to everything that I do. It's methodical. There's a method. It's time for you to figure it out. Some things can't be taught. They can only be experienced. Can't teach you everything. You have to experience it so that you can understand it. And that's one thing that's probably the hardest part about Forex training. There are some things you just can't teach. People have to go through it to understand it and to appreciate it. I've been there and I've done that. Now it's time for me to help you get there. I want you to take this message to heart. I want you to take this message to bed with you tonight and think about it. From time to time I get messages from people who, because I've shared with people about when I realized the long-term strategy. When I realized the long-term strategy came to me in my sleep. I would never forget. Came to me in my sleep, and it was a long time before I, it was way before I decided to train, put myself out there. But it took a while for me to say, you know what, I will train people on this too. The long-term strategy came to me in my sleep. I'm one of them types of guys that, I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking about, what's my next move. You gotta make you gotta make sure that everything's right. So it's funny, but I tend to tell this story about, when I was younger growing up. I would dream about what I was going to wear to school the next day. I had to be sharp. Always had to be sharp. Certain things I just had to have done right. And I would make sure that, I had the right outfit on for the right occasion, for the occasion. So I would go to sleep and dream about what I was going to wear the next morning. It would come to me in my dream. Oh, I know what I'm going to put on. I'm going to put that on. So it's weird, but this came to me similar to that. But it was something that I held dear to me. I had to figure this out. Like, how am I going to learn? How am I going to, how's this? I knew I wanted to trade this long term and make it a huge thing, but I hadn't yet figured it out. And it came to me in my sleep. And I'll never forget. Came to me, and I woke up, and it's first thing popped in my mind. Ran downstairs, cut on the system, and I looked based on memory. Based on memory, I remembered what was in the dream, and I back tested it. And the long-term trading strategy was born. I realized what it was I needed to do to perfect the game of long-term trading. So I want you guys to understand that, I have a purpose, and it's to help people. It's not to get over on people. Mistakes happen. People are human. Mistakes are going to happen. You can't please everybody. I understand that. There are things that are going to happen, and there are things that happens. Is things that happen, within the group now that, I regret that certain things happen, but sometimes things just happen that are beyond your control. But you make the best out of it. You man up and you say, you know what, I apologize. I forgot. I apologize. I read it, but I got caught up doing something else and I forgot to respond. I apologize. I was doing this. Whatever the case might be. Man up and just deal with it. It's the best we can do. We can only give people our word. So me as a trainer, my goal is to make sure that people are taken care of. I cannot promise nobody that you're going to be successful. But what I can promise you is that I will give you my all. And as long as you're a member of my So Darn Easy Forex movement, I'm going to make sure that I'm teaching you 100% of what I know that allow me to get to the other side. And I hope to see you there. Regardless of what the situation might be, you can make the best out of it. But what I want you guys to take away with you tonight is that do not spend money before you have a reason to. If your goal is to be a successful Forex trader, you have to build a foundation first. All right? Penthouses in New York or major cities were built off of a foundation. You have to start elevating yourself to get to the penthouse. You don't just get there just by going through the lobby. Moving on up, you gotta take that step. Once you get the foundation started, you get the foundation in place. You build a foundation because you want to stack on top, elevate. So once you get there, then you're ready to play around with the big boys. And that's what my job is to do, is to get you ready. If you do anything, spend the 149, learn the basics first. Get your feet wet. Understand the basics. Understand Forex logic first. Do not waste your money buying something that you won't be able to use because you don't know the basics yet. I will be happy to accept payments. I will be happy to. But I'm telling you, do not waste your money if you don't have the basics down pat. It's going to do you a disservice. So I hope that this message resonated well with everyone. Hope you have a better idea of who I am as a person, my integrity as a person, what I stand behind, what I'm built on. I hope you understand that, because there's not too many people out here who are going to do this and be just straight up and honest with you. That's all I can be, is honest. So I want you guys to take that to bed with you. Think about it. Let it sort of work in your mind. Pray on it, whatever it is you have to do. But understand that, just understand who I am, and if hopefully everyone can get a better idea, because I put myself out there so people can understand and just get a good feel, but I'm smart enough to know that not everyone is gonna like what I say, and that's fine, but as long as one person like it, that's all that matters to me, because I can help one person. So you guys have a fantastic night. You guys have a fantastic evening. We'll definitely look forward to more videos. I have a couple more videos to make tonight. A couple opportunities I found in the market that I want to bring to you guys. Always want to give out great material. You guys have a fantastic night. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.